Recently, an artist had their animation stolen, uploaded into AI, and then turned into a template that thousands of people could use for free. In another situation, fans got so angry at an indie animation artist over story decisions that they ended up deleting their Reddit account entirely. And a mangaka of a popular manga and now anime had to make a public statement asking people to please stop tracing over their official artwork and using it as templates for OCs. These are all completely different situations, but all point to the same problem.
There's a big fat spot on my face.
Hold on. Ew! Which one should we use? I mean, obviously the shark one, right? Duh. But the internet has developed a really weird sense of entitlement when it comes to artists. Stealing, reposting without permission, plugging art into AI, telling artists they need to draw a certain way or else they'll ruin their art, telling others how to do their makeup, write their music, or cosplay or creative look. The internet has developed a pretty serious entitlement problem. My nose is so itchy.
My little spiky hair tickling my nose.
So, let's talk about it. Ho ho ho! You know what time it is. I'm gonna start this disclaimer by stating that I'm mentioning individual incidences and current drama with a few different creators, and this is by no means a deep dive into these people or any type of call out post or a cancel post. We're talking about these things as isolated events, but a big fat butt, a big
Huge butt.
If you think there is something important that I should know about someone I mentioned in this video, please feel free to let me know down below so I can stay up to date and educated, right? Right. As well as we're not talking about constructive criticism in this video or valid complaints and issues on how someone is portraying a certain character in media. Constructive criticism is always important, and having those different outside perspectives is how artists can grow and improve. And as always, I do my very best to research everything in these videos, but if I miss something or I get something wrong, please feel free to inform me down below. I more than appreciate being educated on certain topics. One last thing. Bear, stay with me! Stay with me.
Help!
Any examples I show here of people being criticized by these artists is not an invitation to attack anyone or harass anyone or hunt anyone down. Most of these things are just genuine mistakes, and there's no need for anyone to be angry with little pitchforks. Pitchforks? Ah, that's what happened to me. I was hit by a pitchfork. But as always, feel free to message you if my videos are causing any distress. Alright. Oh, I feel horrible. Why did I do that? I'm so sorry. Gachiakuta is a popular up-and-coming anime and manga. Gachiakuta's mangaka, Kei Urana, recently made some tweets that kinda stirred up the online world a little bit. Not recommended. Stop doing things that diminish the value of this design, especially if you're using it for your OC. And do not use the official hashtag for your OC. The other day, I saw someone making the delusional claim that Urana liked my OC. I've kept quiet until now, but let me make this clear. I do not approve of OCs. Keep that sort of thing to yourself. I've seen people say things like, I'll give you my idea, but I decline. I appreciate your love for Gachiatuka, but it's time to establish some order. Thank you for your support. Now, I do want to make something very clear. Obviously, English is not Urana's first language, so there are definitely some small things that were very lost in translation in some of these upcoming tweets, so just keep that in mind. But they have stated that they are actively learning, so the effort does not go unnoticed. Hello, it is me, the PNG. I quickly wanted to mention something. I believe this tweet has been since taken down by Urana and replaced with a much clearer boundary post. I wanted to bring up some responses I've seen to this initial post.
Jesus, a slip out my accent.
Because honestly, they're quite sad. I'm gonna show a few on screen here, but I thought this was worth mentioning and just stating that this tweet has since been rewritten to state the issue and the boundary more clearly. Alright, that's it from me. So obviously that first message comes off quite harsh, which I can definitely see being hurtful at first glance. The second thing is really important to see what they're responding to. Responding to this message that someone has made a free template saying that someone has made a free template of the manga cover for anyone to use. So from my understanding, Urana isn't upset that people are making OCs that are inspired by their work, but rather people tracing or very closely or very closely copying their work and re-uploading it without making it extremely clear that this is a fan work and not official art or officially affiliated in any way. Because I know it might seem obvious to some of us that yeah, fan art isn't official, but people have been getting confused or even pitching some very popular OCs to Yurana to see if they could include it in the manga. Again, no hate to anyone I'm gonna show here, these are just examples, but you can see that people have been getting confused thinking that official new volumes of the manga have dropped. And yes, some people have admitted to make these that they just trace over Yurana's work to make these covers for their OCs. If you've done this or you're the people in the screenshots, no ill will. Everybody's good, everyone's good. Just as Yurana said, we're good. Nobody's mad. You didn't know? These people didn't know that they were making Yurana uncomfortable. But it is important when moving forward that people respect this decision and boundaries on how Yurana wants their art to be treated. Yurana does go on to clarify that they're talking about the Gachiatuka's cover design, stating that they're not a free template for anyone to use, and kindly asks not to use the official hashtags when showing off OC or fan-made work. So I can definitely understand different point of views from this whole debacle, because making fan art and OCs is such a big part of fandom culture, and it is why some series get as popular as they do. But I think it's also important for people to recognize a creator or artist boundaries, and seeing someone take their art, trace it over, and re-upload it, and then seeing people asking, oh, this should be in the show, it looks so good, can definitely be a little unnerving to see as an artist, especially when people are confusing it for official or original artwork by Yurana. But I'd love to hear some more perspectives on this. If you are a creator of OCs or if you're a fan of the manga or anime, I'd love to hear some more information from people who are actively participating. Ho, ho, ho. That's right, secretly Santa Claus. Does the back of my head look better this video? No. No. I hear you, okay? Gage, what happened to you? Why do you look so scrungly? I was thrown into an industrial dryer. Gooseworks. You probably know them from a very popular YouTube and now Netflix series called The Amazing... Yep, that's what it's called The Amazing Digital Circus. Now, I'm by no means a super fan. I don't know all the lore, but if you take a quick peek on the ceiling, hold on, wait a minute, right there. I'm a little bit of a fan. Alright, The Digital Circus is a indie animation project that's been going on for around 2 years and has gained immense popularity with some. Fans of the series are known for being quite vocal about their love and appreciation for the show, as well as their favorite characters and fan theories. Recently, a clip from one of their live streams went semi-viral. Gooseworks was stating that she's received some hate and complaints that the show is focusing too much on 2 specific characters, Jax and Pomni. She explains that yes, it does, because those characters are the main characters of the story. I'll play the clip here to avoid any confusion.
Yeah, it's...
I'm gonna say something that may be a vent or something, but like, going into this series, I never expected one of the things that people would get mad at me for would be making the show focus on the 2 main characters. I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could get mad about that. It's like building up the show to be about Pomni and Jax. It's like, oh, people are actually really upset about that. I'm sorry.
I think maybe because I don't realize that Jax is like one of the 2 main characters, you know, because he gets introduced to like the group of 5, so it just seems like you're giving one of the other characters of the cast more attention than the other ones, and that might be...
I mean, I think people don't know where it's going, though.
Yeah.
I've seen people get mad about their predictions that just aren't true, and I'm like, oh, well, just hold out a little bit. Like, I swear, it's all for something.
And obviously, in this clip, we can see that Gooseworks, she's not angry, she's not upset, but just simply making a statement that she's a little bit confused about why people are upset. Because in her eyes, this is just the story that has been here since the beginning. These are the main characters of the story that she's been creating and writing for probably many, many years. Now to add more meat, more substance, I know you're hungry. I know you're real hungry. Gooseworks also has this Reddit account where she'll give some more hints, information, and answer questions from fans about the show. And on that account, she made a post responding to someone's question, explaining that again, the show is about the 2 main characters, Jax and Pomni.
Jax.
So kind of like this yin-yang relationship, or like a push and pull that the 2 characters represent throughout the whole story. And this statement made some fans quite upset. And some did have very valid and very good criticisms on how they feel at this point in the show. A lot of the characters feel sidelined or forgotten about, wishing that they had a little bit more screen time so that the show was able to build up their characters a little bit more and so people could feel that connection. As I mentioned before, kind, considerate, constructive criticism is more than welcome. It's how things improve and get better. However, obviously, as you've already kind of put the pieces together,
It was difficult to put the pieces together.
I'm bringing this up because it didn't stop at just kind, constructive criticism, and things got very out of hand. A lot of harsh, cruel, and sometimes even life-threatening things were said to Gooseworks, causing them to delete this Reddit account, posting these statements on Blue Sky instead. I'm so stressed all the time. I want to feel creative passion again. I'm trying my hardest to make this show good. I'm sorry about anything I've said on streams. I really don't want to hurt anyone. And I feel really bad for her because I can't imagine that stress and feeling like you have to do right by everyone in the fandom, even though everyone is wanting different things. And I absolutely do understand some fans' criticism about wanting to see their favorite characters fleshed out some more, but also there is no need to get angry. There is no need to get violent. I don't quite understand why some people would get this upset about the creator of a piece of media talking about the characters that they created. It is their story, and if they would like to focus on certain characters more than others, then that's how they want their story to be told. It must be so hard working on a passion project, a story you've been writing, characters you've been developing for years and years, only to see people getting irrationally angry that you're not telling your story the way that they want it to be told. And again, I can totally understand some valid critiques, and feeling a little bit disheartened that you don't get to see your favorite characters shine as much as you would like them to. But you're also not entitled to force or demand a creator to change their whole story just so your favorite character has more screen time. Threatening someone's life because you think they're writing not in favor of your favorite character is not the way to go about any situation. But if you're a fan of the series or participate in any fandom discussions or online communities, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Watch what I can make them do. So far, I've only mentioned the big creators, but unfortunately this doesn't just stop at the big bad boys of Tippy Toppy. It can happen to a lot of smaller individuals as well. Friend of the channel, Rebirth Reborn. Love you, Sugar Plum Pie. Rebirth Reborn is a popular artist on Instagram and TikTok and everywhere else. A lot of their work is spectacular, amazing, and deserves all the love and attention that it gets. But you may know them from their My Little Pony Infection AU. That's right, they have swag. They have a comic series that they post on TikTok and Instagram, probably with a million bajillion views by now. If you'd like to know a little bit more about the comic, they are in this super old video. Crazy old, be careful. I'm not good at making videos yet. Still not good.
I'm itchy. I'm so itchy. 2-finger bang split.
Or you can just go read the comic yourself. However, despite the fact they have very blatantly stated in their bio, no repost of any kind, they still run into those situations, especially back when the My Little Pony Infection AUs were very popular, of people screenshotting and re-uploading their artwork without credit. And even just the re-uploading in general, when they specifically have stated in their bio, front and center, no repost of any kind. They've received insane comments of people forwardly stating that, hey,
I'm still gonna steal this.
that they're gonna remove watermarks, or they don't care, they want that, they gonna take it, or that it's not that serious or not that big of a deal. They have people telling them that they're ruining their own comic by drawing in a certain way. Are you kidding? Have you seen this artwork? That was me blowing them up with my mind. Similar to the Gooseworks situation, this comic is solely illustrated and written by them. So I don't quite understand how their art can ruin their own comic. And if you don't like how certain characters are stylized in the Rebirth Reborn style, then maybe the comic isn't for you. Again, valid criticism. It's in the name. It's valid. It's good. Not what we're talking about. This guy. Remember, dingle, 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 pay attention. It's a weird sense of entitlement to tell an artist that their art looks ugly and they need to redo it so that you can enjoy their art. Even saying it out loud, it doesn't make any sense. As well as they've had people be pretty pushy or even blatantly not asking for permission to re-upload their art with fan dubs or fan translations. And absolutely, they would love to have their comic available in every language so that everyone can enjoy their art. However, in the public post that they had to make, they're also trying to to protect their art. Still 100% open to translations, but on their own terms, where they have control of where their art ends up and to make sure that their comics are translated to a high, valid standard. They've already put in the necessary steps to have their work translated, but people doing it on their own and just re-uploading it when the artist has specifically stated, hey, please don't do that, is important to keep in mind. Translations are important. I'm gonna call myself out a little bit too. One of my favorite series ever, the summer Hikari died, when I first started getting into it, I took screenshots when it was just a online comic, and I would put it into a translator app and manually go through every single page and translate it, because I just fell in love with the art and the story. I didn't upload those translations, I didn't make money off it, it was something just so that I could read the comic. And as you can see, once the official English translation did come out, I have bought it all and I've supported the original artist with all my money. So, translations are important, but if an artist comes out and says, hey, guys, please stop taking my art, translating it, and re-uploading it without my permission, it becomes a bit of a different story about respecting those boundaries in place and helping this artist to create an official translation. I hope that makes sense, because again, I hear you. If you want to enjoy something, it's important to have it translated, but it's not okay to re-upload that, make money off it, profit off of it without the artist's permission. So feel free to add to this conversation as well. I'm open to hearing new thoughts from new people, and even in their original post they do apologize for sounding selfish and feeling bad for even having to make this statement, because as I stated, translations are important so that their art can be accessible to everyone, but their art was getting stolen, re-uploaded, altered, and I can understand being excited and in love with someone's work and just feeling like you want to share it with everyone, or feel like you'd be doing a great service by translating or fan dubbing over a piece of media that you are so invested and in love with. However, it's so important to remember, especially for smaller artists, that this is someone else's hard work, love, and passion. There's nothing wrong with politely reaching out and asking, but some people feel this entitlement just to take screenshots of people's art and do whatever they want to it and then re-upload it. Speaking of which, with the rampant use...
Guys, I don't think I can be a YouTuber anymore. I think I'm just gonna curl up on the ground.
With the rampant use of generative AI that is plaguing the internet right now, like some horrible disease where every ad that I get is AI and I wanna rip out my hair because they all sound like this.
This very lifelike good quality stuff the animal will bring joy to grandmother. Don't wait, buy now. These quality items are running out soon.
You probably already know that AI steals from artists regardless, but sometimes people purposely put others' art into AI to either claim it as their own or to torment or harass some individual artist. One situation that was brought to my attention that makes me so mad and breaks my heart, because not only was this animation stolen from an artist, but then it was uploaded into AI and then was re-uploaded again to CapCut as a free template for anyone to use without credit or permission from the original artist.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was?
So you've probably seen those videos on TikTok, right? The ones where people just upload their photos and it does this exact movement. Yeah, I made that animation back in May 2025 and it was my favorite video at the time. I spent hours on it and my tablet was lagging the whole time. It was freezing, glitching, every little thing took forever and I still kept going. And then someone just took it. They turned it into an AI template with no effort, and now some people even think that I'm the one who stole it or that I'm the one who made the template. Do you get how insane and disrespectful that is? I even found the person. I saw their nickname on CapCut and checked him on TikTok, and yeah, it's 100% him. He was following me, and I just messaged him politely like, hey, can you delete the template? And that's it. And what does he do? He changes his profile picture, changes his nickname, he unfollows me, leaves me unseen, and just disappears like I don't even exist. Like, it's fine to steal someone else's work, like my time, my effort, my work means nothing. I tried to handle it calmly, I tried to be reasonable, and he just ignores me, acts like it's okay, and I can't even describe how disrespectful that feels. I'm posting this tomorrow, and I hope people actually think about AI and about stealing work and respecting other creators. I know some people, probably kids, will comment something like, it's just AI and stop overreacting, and who are you, you're nothing, you're that. Honestly, I don't care about haters, but what I want you to know is that AI is not a shortcut. It's not better, and it's stealing. I know so many talented animators. Some I know personally, some I don't, and they inspire me every day. And seeing AI just rip that all makes me so mad.
Learning about the situation is beyond frustrating. An artist spent tons of time creating that piece of animation, something that probably took hours if not days of hard work, and they said their iPad kept crashing. And to know that someone else took that animation so easily, uploaded it into an AI tool, and then turned it into a CapCut template that anyone could use, no credit, no permission, nothing. So now thousands of people can generate content using that animation, while the person who created that gets completely erased from the picture. The worst part is the artist even stated that they were getting accused of stealing that animation, even though they're the one who made it. And you know, accidents happen. Maybe people don't know how harmful and hurtful it feels to have your art of any kind stolen and re-uploaded without credit or permission. But even after this artist messaged the person who made the template, that person then proceeds to block them. Maybe people thought it was a cool template, or maybe they assumed that the art was free to use. But when an artist reaches out politely asking you to remove something that uses their artwork, the respectful thing to do is just listen. Unfortunately, a lot of the time when artists do reach out, they just get blocked, ignored, or told that it's not that serious. And that kind of reaction is the exact problem. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just random internet content. This is someone's hard work and love. Passion. And I know it can be scary and feel awful when you make a mistake and do something wrong that ends up hurting others. But the most important thing to do is apologize and correct the situation to the best of your ability, so you don't do any more harm and damage. Not block the person you've wronged. That only makes you look like more of a jerk. And this can go for all types of things as well. Before I start this section, I want to remind everyone, this is not a hate video of any kind, just pointing out some things so that we can be mindful of them in the future. This is to spread awareness, not make anyone feel bad, alright? So if it feels like I'm calling you out,
I am.
but nicely, okay? Because of the internet, art is more accessible than it has ever been before. We can screenshot it, download it, repost it, generate someone's work with a click of a button. And yes, every artist knows when they upload something onto the internet, there's always a risk that someone might take it. But that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt when it happens. Art and creations isn't just content. For a lot of people, it's hours of work, months of planning, sometimes even years of building up skills and crafts to make just that one piece. So when someone reposts it without credit, runs it through AI, or tells the artist how they should have drawn it, it can feel really discouraging. Not because the artist expects the internet to be perfect, but because basic respect goes a long way. I want to talk about this situation, but it's gonna be pretty vague because I don't want nobody to feel bad. But slime rants are quite popular at the moment. They usually use like little character sprites and some slime ASMR in the background, with a little voiceover as they rant about whatever they want. One individual I saw made a post about how they've accidentally been using someone's OC and personal artwork for their character sprite, without any credit of any kind, because they thought it was a character from a piece of media. A lot of the time, people do just take pictures off Pinterest or Google.
Hey, how'd you find me? Google.
Without checking. The important part isn't never making mistakes. It's what you do after you realized you made one. Crediting the artist, taking down the post, or simply apologizing. Most artists aren't trying to gatekeep their art from the world. They just want some level of respect and control over what they have created. If there's one thing that all these situations have in common, it's that a lot of people forget there is an actual person behind the art that they're consuming. Someone who spent a lot of time passionately creating something. Whether it's a mangaka protecting their work, or an animator telling the story they want to tell, or a smaller creator just asking people not to repost their comic. None of those are unreasonable requests. Loving someone's art doesn't mean that you own it. Being a fan doesn't mean you can control a story. And criticism doesn't need to turn into harassment. Fandoms exist because of artists. They create things that we love. They feed our hunger. So the least we can do is treat those creators with a little bit of respect. You made it. How are we doing? Kind of felt like a drama tea channel. I don't really like putting the drama on blast, but I just thought it was kind of an important topic. If anyone has any issues, come to me. Papa Gage will help you. But let me know what you guys think about these situations. Are any of you artists and have experienced something like this? But I really appreciate you guys making it to the end of the video. This is very cliche, but I'm really thankful for you guys, sticking with me, watching my silly videos. Thank you guys for the continued support so that I can keep making these videos and keep making them better and keep being swag. I do want to kind of try and step up my game because you guys deserve it. Make you some more content so you can have some more meals. That's right. Soup's on, everybody. Yeah. So all of you guys who show up every single time that I post, I really appreciate you. Anyone who has made fan art or send me a little message, I see it. Guys, my camera died with like 2 minutes left in the video. I see it all and I really appreciate it. But as always, a huge shout out to my Patreon members. I'm gonna get you guys some special soon. I will take care of you guys soon, I promise. I thought about re-uploading all of my videos on there so you can watch them ad-free without any interruptions. Let me know what you think. As well as my YouTube members. I love you guys. I'll do some for you too. And shout out to you, my silly subscribers. You're the reason why I'm here. Thank you. I do not forget about you by any means. Just you watching my videos is more than enough. Thank you. Alright, I've said thank you to everyone. Unfortunately, that is all the time I have for yapping. So, same time next week.